Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Continuing to build the Lego Disney Castle. Glad you can join me, especially if you're joining me live, but of course if you're watching this later, then great, absolutely great. Before you continue, make sure to hit that like button. That helps me out a lot, getting the word out about this channel. I'm stoked that I'm approaching 500 subscriptions to the channel. So we're halfway. I want to get to 1,000, and then I need to get 4,000 watch hours, and then we can really start growing this channel. Yeah, so far so good. General sketch. I apologize if I sometimes have a hard time reading what's on the screen. I've got my my reading glasses here, but then I get confused because I got to focus on, what's far away and what's close by, and just take my advice: don't get old. For your eyes, it's really not. It's not the best thing. Hello there, not him. Good evening. So as you see, I'm trying out yet another layout. We've got like on the left side this kind of rectangular image, so you can see me all the time, but at the same time most of the screen is dedicated to the table while I'm building. So you can, the front camera is not that interesting because you can just see the castle and it's kind of, you're far away, but that's why I have the secondary camera, so you can get a close-up of what I'm doing. And you can see with your own eyes, probably before I notice it, that I'm messing up. Alright, we're gonna make Donald Duck, which has always been my favorite Disney character, and will always be. I did not care for Mickey Mouse, absolutely not. Still don't. But Donald, yeah. He's a loudmouth, he always gets in trouble. So, yeah, just like me. Oh, it's cute. He's got a little tail. That is funny. I suppose standing up like that. I'll put this together. These minifigs are great. I've had a very Lego themed day today because I wanted to make an educational video that's actually up on this channel because it's Candlemas, which is a traditional feast in a number of Christian churches, Catholic Church, Anglican Church, some Lutheran churches also celebrate it, Orthodox Church. But a lot of people have no idea what that is about. So in the past I've made these educational Lego videos about, Lent and Christmas and Advent and Pentecost, and all those were always popular. So that's apparently just a nice way to explain things to people, and so that's what I did. I spent a couple of hours creating that video. I got a little bit too ambitious. Normally I always try to kind of finish that within an hour, but this time I spent most of the day. Yeah, but I'm learning. I'm having a lot of fun doing that because I get better at it. Look at that. This is Donald. Here you go. Oh, he's pretty good. The Lego figures are a little bit strange in, the overall. How'd you say that? It's like the Simpsons. If you've ever seen the Simpsons Lego minifigures, they don't look right because the proportions are different in Lego. But you know, I think that they did a pretty good job with these. All right, Donald Duck, the Disney character that I was always trying to imitate as a child. The voice. It was just fun. I really enjoy the Lego clips. Here in Germany we don't really have it. At least not the pancake thing, but in Luxembourg they do. And I always wondered, yeah, that's... I have to look that up myself, where the pancakes came from, because I know pancakes on Shrove Tuesday, but not necessarily on the feast of the presentation of the Lord. So, turns out we have a pope to blame for that. I didn't know popes were into pancakes, but I'm glad to hear they are. All right, this, 2 of these, a gray. Oh yeah, and there's another reason that I was kind of in a... Oh, wait a minute, I left something upstairs. I used an element for my for my animation, because I'm filming that upstairs on my desk, and I remember that I took it upstairs thinking I have to remember to bring that back because I probably need it for the castle. All right, I'll just go there real quick and pick it up. But another reason that today was Lego themed is that I had 2 new Lego sets arrive in the mail. Sets that I didn't even know existed. They're actually quite new, which is rare. I normally don't really buy new stuff. Always wait for the price to go down. But these were irresistible because they are sets from 2 franchises that I adore. And one of them, of course, is Star Wars. So I got myself this wonderful Lego set featuring, yes, there he is, the Mandalorian on a speeder bike, and Grogu, the child. Now the rest of the set is not that interesting. It's got a sand person. How do you say that? Sand person? And then it's got the catapult that they used in the first episode of the second season, and then there is a hut in the distance that belongs to the Sand People. But I'm not that interested in this. I'm interested in these figurines, because these used to be only part of very expensive sets. And so to have this in a cheap set, this was 29 euros, I think, which is still quite pricey for a relatively simple set, but it features, 2 main characters of the Mandalorian so far, so I absolutely needed to get them because I can use these in my videos, and I'm going to make a lot of these stories in the near future. And I found another cool thing. There's a person who actually used all the elements from this set to do like an alternate build, and instead of having this is just for play, and it's really not very good for display, but this guy created an ATST, like a patched together Sand People ATST. It looks really, really good. So I'm probably going to make that, alternate build. I love alternate builds. It's usually fascinating to see what people can do with a set and then create something totally different. And there was another alternate build that was also interesting that had like a market stand. You remember in the first new Star Wars movie, The Force Awakens, that when we go to Jakku and you see Rey bringing her scrap to the marketplace? Well, the kind of tents that you see there's an alternate build for this Mandalorian set that actually creates, like a little market stand. And it looks gorgeous too. That would be really, really good in a Star Wars diorama, I think. Now the second set I'm also very excited about. And this is actually one of the 4 sets that I've ordered. And well, the total price was a little bit steep, but these are so cool. Look at that. Let me just up the camera a little bit. It's this thing. This is a Harry Potter Lego set, and you've got this gorgeous book. It's made completely with Lego, and then you've got the figurines. But every book, there are 4 books, not for the 4 houses, but for 4 classes that you can follow at Hogwarts. So this is for the divination, or for the transfiguration class by Professor McGonagall. And the amazing thing is that you can open this book and it will turn into a set. Like this, what you see here, this entire thing is on the inside of the book. Now imagine the possibilities for videos and stories. You can use this as a backdrop and you have a full Lego set. And you've got all these little tables and artifacts and figurines and decorations. All comes with the set. And there are 4 books here. You can see them. They're beautifully done. They've got these nice pastel colors. Every set has different figurines, and sometimes it looks very different from this. And I was like, I saw this yesterday. I was like, okay, bye. I need this. But I'm so stoked. So this is definitely something I'm going to build relatively quickly because it's still, you know, brand new, and people are looking for reviews of this. And so I have some ideas about what to do with this. So I think this will really help with the growth of my Lego channel. So anyway, back to Disney. I really would love to do the Mos Eisley Cantina, but it's so expensive. It's like $300. I don't think this is the only set, the only Star Wars set with the new Mandalorian. I think there's one other set that came out, a more expensive one, where he also has the Beskar thing, but I'm not entirely certain. But it's really cool to have the Baby Yoda. What is it? Oh, wait. Of course, I need to put the camera back. But to have the Baby Yoda Lego, a figurine, that is really awesome. All right, so I'm going to switch back to the main castle, or the main view here, because I got to run upstairs and get that missing piece. Otherwise, I can't finish this. Alrighty, here we go. This is what I left upstairs. So put that back and put the split screen. There you go. Let's turn that around. There you go. The 2 other Mandalorian sets have the other version. Oh, the older version. I did not know that. Well, that's even cooler. I'm actually quite surprised that they put it in a cheap set like that, because everybody wants to have those 2 minifigures. I don't really care that much for all the others. I was contemplating getting the crest, his ship, but then they blew it up in the series. Like, no, I love that ship. Oh well. Probably feel just like what the Mandalorian felt. Although he didn't seem to be too attached to the ship itself. It's not like the Millennium Falcon. All right, let me turn that around and see if I can figure out what to do here. Oh, I need 4 of these sand-colored ones. And I was kind of on a shopping spree today because I bought something else that is going to be very useful for my Lego videos. One of the issues that I always have filming these miniatures is light. So, you know, most lights that we have in the house are not that useful for filming because they're very yellow, like the lamps above me have a very yellow color. They're desk lamps, they're often too big and difficult to move, so it's frustrating always for me to create these videos, and I have to just like constantly I'm fighting with how do I light this scene. So I got myself 2 tiny little LED boxes. They're like square. They kind of have the shape of a TV, but they're tiny like this, and they're battery powered, and you can turn them into basically any color you want. So you can create beautiful, beautiful hues of color. And of course that I can use that for wait, huh? Hold on. I hope I'm doing this correctly. I think I do. Well, ooh, uh-oh. Don't tell me I skipped another step. I think I did. I think I did. Here we go again. I keep skipping little details. So anyway, I was saying I've got 2 of these cubes. And they were dirt cheap. Of course, it's like Chinese, but the quality seems to be quite all right. And they're like 16 bucks a piece. They're being sent from Spain, so I'm going to have them in a couple of days. And you can use 2 of them in different colors, so you can play with. And light is so important to set it to give a mood to the scenes. And there is someone I follow on Instagram. If you're a Lego fan, you absolutely have to follow that guy. It's the wrong phone. Hold on, let me show you. There are actually quite a few toy photographers on Instagram that, for me, are always a source of inspiration. Because you see their composition, what they do with light. What I like about it is they hardly ever show how they do it. But then I'm trying to figure that out. So it's like a puzzle. How did they light this scene, and how did they make it so awesome? Let me see. I gotta go to the people that I following, and then I gotta look for this Lego account. It's always a bit clunky, I think, the app. The guy is from Russia, and he makes the most amazing Lego displays. I think a Lego should just hire him because what he makes looks 100 million times better than what Lego usually publishes. It's a real artist. Oh, come on, where is this? Why are these names not in alphabetical order? What is that? They're like in a totally random order. It's not the Brick Raider. And I don't remember. I need to unfriend some of these people. I'm seeing people in my Instagram list. And I was like, what? I haven't heard of these people for ages. Why am I even following them? I'm not talking about you, of course, in case I'm following you. Come on. I gotta really scroll through 330 names here. No, that's not it. Oh, come on. I follow a lot of Lego Instagrammers. Dude. No. I bet you it's going to be the last one on the list. Or maybe I scrolled past it. In which case, I'm going to be really frustrated. Yeah, oh my gosh, I see people that I don't want to follow. Why am I following? And then they never post anything. I always see the same people in my feed. Oh, please. Well, you've got Avanaut. That's not the one that I wanted to mention, but it's Avanaut. Avanaut. He does a lot of amazing, mostly Star Wars Lego photography. He's really good, but it's not the best. The best is Brick Focus Studio. Okay. Brick Focus Studio. All right, so I'm going to show you an example of what I mean. He does, and let me show you that on the close-up camera. Of course, it's out of focus, of course. But anyway, can you see what he does with the light? This is Dobby on Harry Potter's bed. How can I bring this into focus? Ugh, I hate webcams. But anyway, this is what you see here is a totally overblown false color version of the real thing. But these photos are amazing. I think he uses a little bit of Photoshop, but most of it is built practically. Oh, this was another one, a winter scene with Harry Potter outside and a hippogriff. Can you see how detailed that is? Now, it's not all Lego. He uses like snow and but the house is built with Lego. He always works wonders with practical lights. And when I see photos like this, that's what I want to do with my videos. I want to create scenes that look like that because nobody does that. You got a lot of Lego people that are creating stop motion, but usually those are not well lit. It's very creative, but you can tell that the makers of these videos don't have any don't have a photography background. Okay, I'm looking for the step where I skipped what I need to put here. So anyway, it's going to be a bit difficult to explain what I missed, but it is quite vital. And apparently this is another mistake that I made a long time ago. As usual. Wow. That goes back even a couple of days. Oy, oy, oy. Okay. This is that. Yeah, so that one is good. Oh, wow. This must have been weeks ago, or maybe this has been part of a... When did I start building these outer walls? I don't remember. Okay, here we go. Finally. Ah, I see. I see. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay, well, easily fixed. and it's just one little thing. Yeah. Okay. No harm done. Very well. What else? It's still a strange... Let's start with this. I hope that's it. Let me just up this a little bit. Now, of course, now I am in the way, so I'm going to take away the insert. There you go. Now you see what I'm doing. So I'm building a ledge here on top of the outer walls. Hey, Zieloni. I'm doing well. I hope that is also true for you. Okay. So here we put this ledge. Ooh. This is not... Everything looks a bit crooked. What is this? Whoa, wait a minute. Okay. Really? I should pay more attention to what I'm doing. All right, now this is absolutely taking too much time. This. Let's see if I can speed up a little bit. There we go. Good. Switching back to view number 1 and insert. There we go. How come there isn't a single word about Jesus teaching? There's room to name Pontius Pilate. Well, in the longer creed, there is a lot about Jesus. But this is all about the historical situation of Jesus. So naming Pontius Pilate kind of situates Jesus' life in a certain time. But there's a lot actually a lot to say about the genesis of what is that? How these creeds came about. I hope this is correct. It's a bit hard to tell. Okay. And then this one. Go here. Yes. This. Oh, why is this loose? I have no idea. All right. And then this one, like this. Yeah. Okay. Then blue and white, 4 of these. So let's start with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And then what? These go here. 1 and 2. And then I've got 2 of these gray ones. They go on top of this. All right. The insert is not going to give you much information if I don't point it in the right direction. There we go. well. There are two versions of the Creed, yes. No, not Nicene. There is also the shorter one, the Articles of the Apostles, or whatever it's called in English. 12 articles. Okay, I need roof pieces. I hope that this is what I need. Well, I think so, yes. 1, 2, 3 of these, and then 2 smaller ones. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Here they are. Correct. Hopefully, I've got the right ones, because there are tall roof pieces and slightly shorter ones, and I can only find the shorter ones, but I messed up before. Okay, now we're going to create something interesting. This is a very technical thingy that we're going to make, which requires 4 of these black ones. There we go. Plus 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus even smaller pieces, also 8. This is the greebly stuff. 2, 4, yep. And then how many of these? 4. These tiles, goodness gracious. So much. Plus 4 of these. There we go. All right, let's focus on that for a moment. I need to make 4 of them, so let's just do that sequentially. Is that correct? Yes. Let's do them in batch. Oh. Yeah, no. It's like this. And this. Very well. And then we're gonna add panels to it. Like this, I hope. Yep. That's weird. Okay. Better. Good. And this. 1, 2, 3. Very well. Plus white. All right, finished. Now we're going to put that on the sides of this tower, like right there. Oh, this is a really nice technique. That is very smart. Let me show you. So, you see these two? And you've got holes here. Now, of course, you want this to be a little bit round. So they created, or they made me make these. And so you put them right there. And it clicks into place. How cool is that? That is so smart. Here you go. Amazing. Love it. Okay. Next. Oh, more Greeley stuff. Yep. Four. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'd like to hear your theories. If you've seen, of course, the latest season of The Mandalorian. But do you think that we'll see Baby Yoda in the 3rd season? Is he coming back? Or was this it? What do you think? 1, 2, and how? If they bring him back, how? 3. Hey, Jin. Yeah, I saw that video. You linked to it on YouTube. Yeah, that was pretty cool. So, a couple of days ago, I posted a reaction video to the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer, and then the director of the movie wrote a long post on, I think it was on Facebook, but I'm not sure anymore. And he said, you know, this has been such a tough job, and we've been just working so hard, but it was super gratifying to see how enthusiastic people were about the trailer and how the trailer blew up all over the internet. So I created a compilation of my favorite reactions to the trailer. And guess whose reaction featured in his selection? Father Roderick! And he even credited me. It was a lot of fun. Like these moments where I'm totally a fanboy and I feel like a 12-year-old. Like, oh my goodness. It's like the what is it, 3 degrees of separation? That kind of idea, like, my life has somehow impacted, even though for a tiny little bit, the life of a famous director. That's very cool. And it just goes to show that something simple like a reaction trailer, which has, of course, obviously nothing to do with my work as a priest or okay, now we're gonna add even more decoration to the sides. You know, there has no real content. It's just me geeking out. But that is apparently enough to make someone really happy. In this case, the director. And I think it's, you know, this is the way we should go with social media. You know, spreading joy and encouraging other people and applauding creativity instead of using social media just to hate on each other and criticize everything and uttering our frustrations and getting everyone upset. What good does that do? It doesn't improve anyone's day. And so I just again was confirmed that my mission, or part of my mission, is oh, you can't see at all what I'm doing. I need a camera gnome here who can just move the camera around. Anyway, here we go. But one of the aspects of my mission could be just to bring joy to other people's lives. Okay, so this goes on top of the roof here. Yep. And then 2 more tiles. Where are they? 1, 2. Here we go. The Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Do you know if they're going to remaster the entire thing? Because I think I'm going to get it automatically with my Microsoft Game Pass. We're going to build some more towers, or parts of towers. But I've already played part of the first Mass Effect game, and I was already impressed by how good it looked at the time, even though it was a bit clunky in terms of game mechanics, but still very enjoyable. But now, of course, I'm curious, are they going to improve the graphics? And maybe also the game mechanics, because later on they improved the gameplay quite a bit. It's like with other series like The Witcher, where The Witcher 3, if you compare that to The Witcher 1, it's very hard to, if you've ever played The Witcher 3, to go back to The Witcher 1, because it just feels like a game from the Stone Age. Even though if you started with The Witcher 1, it's like probably, oh wow, that is a cool game. Did you know Garrett Edwards, who made Rogue One, also made Godzilla? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's really great. It comes with all the DLC. And Mass Effect 1 got an upgrade. Excellent. Excellent. Now the only thing I need to find is time. Although, yesterday I played a little bit more Cyberpunk. And I'm really taking it slow. Like I played maybe not even an hour. But I'm reasonably impressed by the overall atmosphere. I thought the game would be much more advanced. But it still plays in many ways just like any other GTA-like game. But I like the overall look of the city. It feels very Blade Runner-like. The characters that you meet and the type of interaction is very similar to what Bethesda does, including kind of the lesser aspects of it. The people always look a bit plasticky, and it's definitely not motion capture, or if it is, it's done in a very cheap way. So I thought it would be much more next generation because they were kind of promoting it as a next gen game, but maybe the graphics are if you have a powerful computer, which I have not. So I have to play that game on very, very low resolution with all the nice settings off. That's a bit of a pity. But nevertheless, it still looks good, I think. Just not as good as I thought it would look. Okay, I have no idea what I'm making here, but it is definitely part of a tower. Oh boy, sometimes I'm thinking I was planning on taking this castle apart again once I'm done building, because I want to turn the elements of this castle into a building for a Lego city. Like there is a modular mock that looks amazing, where you can turn this into a museum. But it's going to be such a pain to take this apart, and maybe also a bit of a mental, emotional pain, because I'm spending so much time building it up. Oh well. But I do want to get to the Star Wars stuff and the Harry Potter stuff, so I need to get this over with. Yellow and red. There is something about this combination that I have never liked, because of course these are opposite colors, but yellow and red is so old school Lego. What is this? Like when I was a child, all Lego had primary colors, and there was just nothing that looks anything remotely like what Lego looks like now. It was all very basic, and it was really considered to be something for children. Whereas more and more, I think Lego is focusing not on the children, but on the parents and on the adults, because they have the money. They can make much more money by selling a big set like this. You know, I don't think there are many parents that are going to gift this to their children because it's so expensive. But for adults, they seem to create bigger and bigger sets. Like every year there is this, like a set, like the one that they did of the Colosseum in Rome. That's absolutely not for children, but it's stunning. I heard it was a bit of a boring build, which does not surprise me, because it's of course just one big brown beige building. It's not that exciting, but the overall result looks amazing. I think it's going to be a bit like my experience with the Millennium Falcon, where like 80% of the time you were building just the groundwork, the skeleton, and it wasn't a very exciting build. And it was only at the very, very last moment that everything came together, and all of a sudden you have the Falcon. But that's why I like architectural Lego so much, because it's more gratifying. Like every step you see something improve, and you get like especially the modular buildings. What I love about those is that you create these little rooms, and even though you can't really access them later on anymore, but you still kind of live inside that Lego world, which, I don't know, has its charm. When I was a kid, I always dreamt of being able to shrink myself to the size of my toys, so I could literally like live in a Lego city. That's still something I would really enjoy. And now that we have virtual reality, you could actually have that experience to live in your, like in a virtual environment. I would love it if one day we would see an application in VR where I can actually shrink myself to the size of a minifigure and walk around in my own Lego creations. It must be possible, and just it'll really step into these buildings that I built. How cool would that be? Now, of course, it's not going to be very comfortable, because Lego is full of studs and Even, you know, when you want to sit down, it's it's all plastic. So yeah, but just the idea of being able to, that's, I love the Lego movies because of that, because they shrink you basically to the size of those figurines. The minifigures are so tiny, but in a movie, well, they're like real life-size actors. Yeah. Now I want to go rewatch the Lego movies. I love them so much. The second one, not so much. That was the only one that, I don't know, didn't work for me. But Star Wars, Lego Star Wars was great. Lego Ninjago was cool because I just love their Ninjago like architecture, and it's so creative. Like I have another building that I'm gonna build, which is the Ninjago city, and it's just so cool. It's full of tiny details. It must be such a pleasure to build that. Okay, so I have now created this tower thingy. It's a lot of work, and it's probably all going to be hidden from sight. It's always like that. mm. Now I betcha I have to turn this to the side. Yes. There you go. Now I should not change that anymore. Now I need to create something yellow. With this, and then add it to this. Okay. Hey Father, not that you need it. I don't know if you do or not, but have you thought about having donations or super chats just to show support for our favorite Lego building YouTube priest? That's so kind of you. Actually, that is why I'm doing my best to grow this channel. Before I can start that, I need to have 1,000 subscribers, and we're currently approaching 500. And the subscribers must have viewed, or there has to be a total of 4,000 hours of viewings. So of course I'm trying to hack that and figure out ways to get there real quick. But before that, you cannot monetize your channel. Now I have another YouTube channel which actually is fully monetized and has super chat and all that. So that's on just, you know, youtube.com/Father Roderick. But this channel is just not there yet. But I have high hopes. I think I have a pretty good idea what I want to do with this channel. It's very different from my other YouTube channel. And I think by focusing on Lego, and especially creating these Lego videos, the movies. Now, the ones that I've currently made are all very religious, and that will not appeal to everyone. But I would like to create also other types of stories, just more, you know, fun stories. I don't know, fairy tales. So I think, you know, I wouldn't be surprised that will take off, and it just takes 1 or 2 videos to go viral, to get hundreds and hundreds of new subscribers, which then, of course, if they start to watch these live videos, that will generate a lot of viewing hours. So yeah, that's kind of going to be my strategy. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. This has to be like this, and that one has to be like that. Oh, man. Will this never end? Now, if BioWare could remaster Dragon Age Origins, yeah, that would be great. Lego means play well. Oh, cool. I hope we abide to that commandment. Right. And then this. This. Plus this. Okay. And that goes here. Wow, this feels so needlessly complicated. What? Oh, like this? Huh. I'm gonna be so mad if you're not gonna see this. This is gonna be on the inside. This is structural stuff. They do that a lot, where, you know, in order to make it super solid, you gotta do all this tiny, you know, all this detailed work, and none of it is gonna be visible. But if you don't do it this way, then it would not have the structural solidity. 3 of these. So we're going to do some more batch production here. 1, 2, 3. Sand colored ones. Careful. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Now we add the guns. Did Lego ever name their pieces? Sometimes when I'm trying to describe what I'm doing, I just like, okay, I know the small circular ones are called studs, and then the rest is bricks. And you may have tiles, but there are so many weird shapes that I really don't know. Like maybe they have names for their genres, like the type of stones, but like IKEA has a name for almost everything they have in their catalog. Even their screws sometimes have names. Like, I need 5 more Björnstärk. But not so with Lego. Okay, what are we going to do here? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, so much work. Look at that. Gorgeous. Looks like a grenade or something like that, like a fancy science fiction grenade. Okay, now we're going to put this on top of the right tower. Oh, and then we have to make another one exactly the same. Okay, switch to regular cam. Point upwards. So this is the way it should be positioned. Now I've got to push down on this, which is always very dangerous because I'm afraid that if I push too hard, If I don't push hard enough, it's not going to click. If I push too hard, everything's going to collapse. So let's hope for the best. And then of course I need to figure out, how does it attach? Good Lord. Is that ever going to work? Oh, yes, it does. I think, well, no, it's not. It is. It's taking here on this one, not on the other side. How is it? Well, I got a bad feeling about this. Maybe it's not supposed to. Well. Ah, yes. Something clicked. Oops, my camera. What happened? Sorry about that. But it is clicking. I think we're here. That's it. No. Front part is not. This one is not good yet. Is it now? I think it is. That's it. Whew. Okay. Boy, oh boy. Whew. All right. We're good. Hello, Ulrich. Lego has a unique code for every single piece, but it's just numbers. Yeah. That's true. But it makes it so hard to find, like, sometimes I know what I need, I know the shape, and I'm like, how am I ever going to be able to find this in their database? Hey, Ivo. You solved the sound problem. Yeah, I saw that, yeah. So apparently there was something with one of the microphones that was not, that was way too loud, apparently. So I'm glad it worked. It's always a hassle when audio doesn't work. You know, image problems, it's not fun, but you can survive that. But when audio is terrible, it takes the fun out of streaming. Okay, let me give you another close-up. Hopefully I won't knock the camera over. This is not not my favorite part of the build. Oh man. Okay, let's speed up. I've done this before. I know how to do this. Come on. Can't believe I have to do this again. And I probably got to do it 3 more times because, of course, we've got 2 towers on the other side of the building. But hopefully not today. Okay. There we go again. Red, yellow. Red, yellow. And of course, when I get distracted and there is a little tiny difference between this part and the previous one, I'm going to be in big trouble. All right. I wonder how many hours this entire build is going to be. Oops. Wait a minute. Wait. We've got the square, we've got this. Now we're going to do the tiles. Okay. There we go. Excellent. I'm so glad that I don't have to edit this week. if this were like last week, I would have been sitting at my desk racing against the clock to get a TV episode out. Ugh. Now, of course, I still need to start working ahead and create a buffer. But I'm glad to just have a week where I don't have to work against the deadline. If only 1 week. But I want to get to a point in life where I can just do Lego every evening if I want to. I mean, it's not normal to always have to work late at night, and sometimes I've got the feeling that I live to work instead of that I work to live. And that's not good. Oh wait, this is not. I gotta start with. Oh gosh. Mistake. This is not good. How do I take it off? I can't. So what are we building? Yeah, this is the famous Disney castle. So it's Cinderella's castle. I'll give you a view of the front. And it's a massive build. It's not as complicated as Hogwarts, but it is taller than Hogwarts. Okay. Ugh. Oh, I gotta make 4 of these. Ugh. Okay. Let's do that. Let's just batch these together. So in the meantime, let me show you the entire thing. So I'm gonna turn this around. There you go. This is just the first floor. So we're gonna have another midsection here, and then on top of that is going to be a huge tower, and that's just the front, and the other side is open. So it's a little bit what they did with the Harry Potter castle as well, where you have these rooms. Now this lower part is not very clear. It's very dark in there. There are no windows, obviously, so actually that would benefit from having like lights built in or something. I found an app for the TV station so I can watch the show, and I'm amazed that I understood so well. I watched the China episodes and enjoyed them so much. Oh, cool. Wow. So what is your native language? Is it English? Fortunately, the China episodes are very visual. But if you see them on TV, you actually probably see them in better quality than I do when I'm editing them, because I'm, of course, editing on smaller monitors, and then the actual viewing window is even smaller. So I'm always just hoping that it will look right on the big screen. Oh, German. Okay, yeah. Well, German and Dutch, that's like Danish and Swedish. I presume, because I don't know any of these languages, but it's similar enough, I think, to figure out the gist of what I'm saying there. But yeah, I was surprised how well the footage held up, because of course I filmed that 8 years ago. Well, not really 8 years, seven something, but still. It was with back then a totally different camera than the equipment that I work with right now, and I had no experience in filming, so I was a bit apprehensive. You know, is this usable? Is this acceptable for TV? Turns out it was. which goes to show that it's not always the expensive equipment that... What did I do here? Okay, yeah. Like the camera is important, but it's not the only thing that ultimately determines the overall look. You could film a TV show with a phone, I think, which is something actually that I have done. If we're in a documentary about Ireland, I was on vacation with friends, and I had decided that I was not going to try to work during my vacation, which actually is, now that I'm saying it, it's pretty sick. That I'm like, I have to tell myself not to work during my vacation. But usually we go to places that I never go to by myself, and so I'm itching to take advantage of that and film footage that I can use in one form or another. So I decided not to take my professional camera with me. And then I was in Ireland, and it was so beautiful. And I was so sad that I did not take my camera with me. But I did have a phone. So I started filming with my phone. And that actually turned out quite all right. So last year, I turned that into 2 TV episodes that are going to be aired next week, or actually this week and next week. Now I can tell that it's phone footage because the compression rates are very high, so I can see the artifacts where it's like trying to squeeze a high definition image into, you know, a small package. So then, of course, you make some compromises. But I think that most viewers probably won't realize, because they will be focusing on the story and on the overall impression of the images. And, you know, we were so lucky with the weather. It was nice and colorful and not that much rain, which was quite extraordinary. But that is absolutely the last time that I went on vacation without taking a professional camera. Actually, next time I go on vacation, I'm also going to take a drone with me. That is the only thing that was on my list. So up until the 31st of December, I was not allowed to use a drone for filming. I could fly it. I have a very small DJI drone, but as soon as I would use the footage that I shot publicly, then I would be fined. And those rules, thankfully, have changed. So now I can fly that drone and I can work with it, film with it, without a permit, because it's so tiny. And it's not the best quality, but that's just a matter of waiting for the next version, which will probably have like a 4K sensor. And then, my future productions will all have drone footage. Which, of course, is... I can't wait for the corona crisis to be over, so I can travel the world and make beautiful documentaries. I'm so looking forward to the time that I can travel again. I want to go back to New Zealand. That is number 1 on my list. Like, if the corona crisis is over by the end of this year, in the winter, when it's winter here, so December, January, I will be in New Zealand. I promise you. I'm going to stay there for a month this time. Because now I don't have to worry about the parish. So I can actually just, and I know priests there, and I know a number of bishops, so I'm pretty sure that if I would tell them, hey, I need a place to stay in New Zealand, and in exchange, I can help out in a parish and, celebrate Mass, and I think that's not going to be a problem. I just hope that it's not so, the risk is that I like it there so much that I'm not going to return to the Netherlands. It's always been, one of my totally unrealistic dreams. Well, maybe it is realistic. I'm just telling myself that it's not realistic. That I would like to spend my years of retirement not in the Netherlands, but to just move to New Zealand. Which is probably a bad idea because, of course, I'm not from New Zealand. I've not grown up there. I don't have a social network. So I'm way more Dutch than I actually realize, which is always something. I love to be in other countries, but once I'm there, like I love to be in Italy, but after a while I'm getting fed up with it because I'm not Italian, and there are aspects of the Italian culture and mentality that don't work for me, and then I start to get homesick. Father, talking about VR, have you ever flown a drone connected to goggles? No, I have not. I do have the Oculus Quest, but it does not link up. It's usually the more expensive drones. I've seen people do that, and it looks pretty cool, but also probably requires a lot of skill and coordination because... okay. Yeah. Because of course you're the drone is not you. Anyway, I'd probably get a teacher if I ever wanted to do something like that. Okay, 28. Now we're gonna add. We're almost there, and that's a good thing because I'm starting to get sleepy. This is one of the towers that we're building. During Corona, I never travel, and when I travel, it's in my own country. Yeah, same here, same here. But in my own country, I don't know. I know it too well. And it's all flat, and it doesn't have hills and mountains, and yeah. Okay, wait a minute. That is okay. So I'd love to go to the south of France and just climb mountains, and I don't know. Holland is a little bit on the boring side. Okay, now I'm missing the two pieces that I used earlier on, so I'm just going to take them from this stash. I hope that I will have enough. We'll see. Okay, we're almost there, almost there, almost there. What is this? We're going to build a... This goes here. This. And then what? Oh. I see. The only downside of going to stay for a prolonged period in another country is that I won't be able to take my Lego with me. So I still need to figure out a solution for that. 4, okay. I will never again text things like traveling for... Oh, take things like traveling for granted. I miss it and have not left my state in an entire year. Yeah. It's true how much, you know, we were spoiled with everything that we could do. I'm missing a lot of things. I always try to force myself not to think too much about what I'm missing and just, you know, focus on what I can do and not linger too much on the past. But sometimes I get so nostalgic. I wish I could go to a festival again. I miss friends. And, you know, the people that I would meet. Like, I'm not a very extroverted person, so I usually don't spend, you know, days and days and days with other people. But I love to go to these festivals, and that's just, I miss that the most. I miss the atmosphere and the people, and yeah, of course, there's online, and thank God I have, you know, this channel, for instance, where I can still hang out. Like, I'm sitting here all alone. The entire village is in lockdown right now. Most people are probably already in bed or watching TV, and here I am, just having a conversation with people from Germany and the United States and Bruges, and that's not a country. That's something to be very grateful for. But, of course, you are, like, I'm looking to the camera, but I don't see you, I don't hear you, I can only read what you write. So it's still not the same. But, of course, it is still something very cool. And I never thought I'd get to this point, because normally, you know, I'm so busy that I'm longing for the time that I can just be alone and just be by myself. All right, but yeah, that has definitely changed. All right, we're going to put this on top of the big tower. Let's see. I'm just going to point this to the upper part. That's the tower that we're going to finish, hopefully. And it is requiring me to put this on top. So yep. Ooh, always tricky. Let's see if it clicks. Yes, it clicks. There we go. There we go. We're finally going up. I think that's it. Now I still have 3 leftover pieces, and I don't know if this is because I forgot a step or whether this is just spare pieces. Let me just very briefly go back and see if I truly used everything I needed to use. I think so. I think these are all spare parts, because this all goes around. This also looks quite nice. So none of that is missing. Yeah, I think these are just spare pieces. Yeah. And this one also. Okay, perfect. Yep. All right, where's Donald Duck? Oh, he's there. Well, let me put him on the tower, just to supervise the construction. So here's Donald, and he's gonna just stand inside this tower. Oh, he doesn't fit. He's a little bit. He's gonna try to fly. Can ducks fly? Yes, ducks can fly. Okay. Oh, Why is it so hard to position him? Oh, wait a minute. That doesn't fit either. Okay, so this is duck proof. I'm just going to put him on this tower. There you go. Now we're talking. All right, so here's Donald. Well, well, well. That was fun. Well, that wraps it up for today. Thank you so much for joining me. And in case you've not been watching this live, but after the fact, thank you so much for your patience. Hope you can catch me live another time. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you hit the bell icon, there is a slightly higher chance that once I go live, you'll get a notification in YouTube. It's not always happening, but it will help, absolutely. Hey there, just finished watching the third part of my China documentary. Any plans on new documentaries abroad? Well, Tang, you're gonna be in luck because this Saturday and the Saturday afterwards, we're gonna do another airing of my documentary in Ireland, and that will be followed by 2 episodes, also a repeat of a documentary that I filmed in France, in the middle, kind of southern middle part of France. So for 4 weeks, we're going to be elsewhere, not in the Netherlands. And I think it's actually the right time to do that because a lot of people, nobody can travel. So we kind of all get fed up with our own environment, and these documentaries hopefully can kind of make people forget, if only for half an hour, that we're in the middle of this corona crisis, and can bring them to new places. So anyway, thanks again for stopping by. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and to give this video, this live stream, a like. If you can do that before you sign off, that would be a great help. And I'm going to do my best to build up this channel as fast as I can, because the bigger this channel grows, the more people will join us for these sessions, and the more people join us, the more fun it's going to be. So hopefully my plans are going to succeed, but I can't do it without your help. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll talk soon. Take care now.